one of the MisFit Players. Please contain your hatred, your audience throwing, your money, whatever it is you want to do, at least until the end of this little speech, so that I have the opportunity to voir dire the audience. You didn't even know you were going to get voir dire tonight, did you? But you are. You're going to get voir dire and you're going to love it. First off, how many of you have actually seen a live improv show before? Okie dokie. How many of you seen Whose Line Is It Anyway before? Groovy. It's a lot like that, except we're not cheating. And what I mean by that is that when Whose Line Is It Anyway does their show, they shoot for 2 hours, okay, which is pretty much what we're going to shoot for, somewhere between 90 minutes and 2 hours. And they show you the best 30 minutes. Well, we're here all night long, live, uncut, and in person, so that we'll have the opportunity to entertain you. We've got a bunch of short-form games, so the jokes should be coming at you, we estimate somewhere between every 4 and 5 seconds. So if you didn't like that one, please feel free to boo it, and then we'll bring in other jokes as things go along. Now, in order for this to work, since some of you may not have been to an improv show before, I do have to kind of give you the skinny as to what we need. You actually tell us what we're going to be making jokes about. So it's usually a list of things, occupations, relationships, activities. So if I was to say shout out a thing, can you give me a few examples of what you might shout out?
Volleyball.
A volleyball?
A beagle.
A beetle, don't be shy. I'm deaf.
Refinancing a house.
Refinancing a house, it's an activity. We would take that, absolutely. That's a couple more things.
Butt cream.
Butt cream. Butt cream's a great one. Now, this is where I guess I ought to tell you what we do as a troupe. Generally speaking, we don't do race, religion, and politics, so we will make fun of both preachers and politicians. We just don't like making fun of individuals, because that's demeaning and that's actually not funny. For example, Polish people don't find Polish jokes too funny, now do they, right? But on the other hand, if you're starting to shout out butt jokes, hey guys, can we handle a few butt jokes?
Sure.
We may have you covered on that one. In addition to those things that are also not part of the butt, but let's see, part of the general sexual apparatus. If you want us to talk about that, by God, we will talk about that. But we've always found that, generally speaking, there is something in terms of comedy that is above the navel and below the kneecaps. So we call this the black zone. Generally speaking, we're going to try and stay away from that, just so any of the little children in the audience, there's one up there, or somewhere, Aria's around here, might not get offended. So that's basically what we do. Now, any questions? Good, because I'm not answering them anyway. Let me bring my players onto the stage right now. Let me start with Mr. Carl Glocker. And next up, I've got Ms. Laura Thompson. And the inimitable Mr. Trey Piper. And right behind him, we've got Mr. Matt Armentrout. Michaela Dodd! Yeah, rookie! And finally, rounding out our cast and a person who's no stranger to this theater, Mr. Kevin Shreve! Oh my gosh, it is so good to see each and every one of you. I'm so sorry we're late. We meant to be here last year, but of course, COVID. You know, and we didn't want to do it. We were like, because that's a little harder to understand and get all of that. Cool? So we're going to start off tonight's festivities by, first let me enlighten your mind. We're going to tell you the world's oldest joke. And the world's oldest joke is, of course, why did the chicken cross the road? How many of you realize that's actually an existentialist pun about reaching the afterlife? I didn't until today. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. I always thought they meant the other side of the road, not the other side of existence. Right. So now all of a sudden that joke scares the hell out of me. So we're going to take that joke and we're not going to actually ask what chicken crossed the road. We're going to use just about everything else that could possibly cross the road, and we'll have the opportunity of making jokes about that. Stephen, did you have something that you needed from me before I continue? No. But let me do this one bit of business, since Stephen has at least given me an indication. Let's give the cast, if you don't mind, a big round of applause to the Indy out here on Main. Yes. Please keep coming back. This is a wonderful art house theater. You'll see experiences here that you don't see at any other theater. But that being said, it's not going to be chickens. What crosses the road?
Ducks.
Ducks. Okay, we're going to stay in the waterfowl department. Okay. What else?
Baby.
Babies.
Dogs.
Dogs.
And cats.
Okay. What? Name something in your garage.
Cars.
Cars.
Cleaner.
Hammond organ. Look, pal, we're not making jokes about my organ, all right? I thought I explained that a few minutes ago.
A joke already.
Yeah. Yes. All right, couple more things.
Civics teachers.
Civics teachers. Yes, professions are perfectly good.
Parents.
Skunks.
Skunks. Hang on, I'm going to flip this page. I'm using the big marker because they won't trust me with the little one.
Vikings.
Vikings! Yes! Okay, 3 more.
What crosses the
3 more. Anything.
A cleaner.
Hedgehog.
Hedgehogs. And I'm sorry, Miss Leanne, you said what?
Cleaner.
A planer. And give me something that sounds naughty. Grandma. I don't know about you, but I know if my grandma got naughty, or otherwise I wouldn't be here. So let's just put it to you that way. All right, now the way this works, I'm going to have all of this entire cast stand up. Go ahead and drop off your numbers here. We're going to just basically take our opportunity to say, of course, the joke, why did the blank cross the road? And then provide you with an hysterical punchline. Now, you have a part in this. Your part is to say, why? So let's use chicken. Why did chicken cross the road? Why? And then they'll give you the hysterical punchline. That's how this works, all right? So we'll start with ducks. Ducks, please.
Why did the ducks cross the road?
Why?
Had to pay a bill.
Now again, before we get started, the rules are simple. If you like the joke, laugh. If you don't, give me a boo, okay? We live for the boos. Let me get a lusty boo from the audience. Boo! That was pretty good, but let's get some real lust into it here. 1, 2, 3. Continuing with ducks.
Why did the duck cross the road?
Why?
I was looking for some crack.
Why did the duck jaywalk across the road?
Why?
Because he was daffy.
Why did the duck cross the road?
Why?
Because he was getting down on this side.
Why did the duck cross the road?
Why?
To try to catch a foul ball.
Why did the duck cross the road?
Why?
Because he was just trying to wing it.
Babies. Babies, please. Innocent babes. Why'd the babies cross the road?
Why?
What kind of parent are you? Let the kid cross the road? Jeez.
Why did the baby walk across the road?
Why?
It didn't. It crawled. It's a baby.
Why did the baby cross the road?
Why?
I don't know, but it swaddled the whole way.
Boo. Boo, boo, boo. Cars. Cars. Why'd the cars cross the road?
Why?
What else are they gonna do? They're cars. Why'd the cars cross the road?
Why?
They were looking for a place to ford the river.
Why did the cars cross the road?
Why?
They were tired.
Boo. Cars.
Why did the car cross the road?
Why?
To get an engine and tonic.
Why'd the cars cross the road? Had a date with a Model T. Super Model T for that. All right, that's enough car humor. Vikings. Let's go to history.
Why did the Vikings cross the road?
Why?
Because they couldn't afford it on this side.
Why did the Vikings cross the road?
Why?
They had to go to the store to pick up some raid.
Why did the Vikings cross the road?
Why?
They were feeling a bit horny.
Why did the Viking cross the road?
Why?
To get a Norse job.
That stinks.
Hedgehogs. Hedgehogs. Lovely little creatures, hedgehogs.
Why did the hedgehog cross the road?
Why?
He was headed to Sonic.
Why'd the hedgehog cross the road?
Why?
I tell you, but I don't want to be a prick about it.
Why did the hedgehog cross the road? Why? It's getting a little sticky on this side.
Why did the hedgehog cross the road?
Why?
He was going to the polka.
Why hedgehog cross the road?
Why?
He was going to quill his thirst.
Why'd the hedgehog cross the road?
Why?
He couldn't see the point of going on.
Why didn't the hedgehog cross the road?
Why?
Because he was just being a little prick.
Grandma! Grandma!
Yeah, let's hear it.
Why did Grandma cross the road?
Why?
Why did the chicken? Take your seat, you know. Oh my Lord. Okay, so that's a pub game. We got a couple more of those coming up as things go along. So don't be afraid. If you think of something even more ridiculous, feel free to shout it out next time. But right now, we feel we need to give you a little bit of an education. Now this is Kaiser, West Virginia. I'm from Franklin County, Virginia, down where we make moonshine. Ain't not much else down there. So we got movies like Star Wars 10 years afterwards. So we're going to show you a foreign movie. That's right, we're going to show you a foreign film. Let me get some actors up here. I got 2 actors coming along. 2 of my foreigners. I believe that's Carl. Yeah, they don't even speak the language. Don't mind them, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get you, Trey, over here. Let's get you, Carl, over here. Now, they're going to be people speaking in a foreign language. And they'll be doing a movie-type thing. So give me a movie-type plot thing, something they might be doing.
The Purge.
The Purge, okay? All right. Foreigners doing The Purge. I like it. No problem. So what language shall we have them do it in? And it doesn't matter whether it's a real language or not. Swedish. I heard Swedish. All right, you're doing The Purge in Swedish, guys. But since they don't actually speak Swedish, and probably how many of you speak Swedish? Liars! Liars, I love it. All right, so let's get some translators up here. I've got Laura and I've got Kevin. Oh, I've got Michaela and I've got Kevin. Go to your other side, sorry. So, Michaela will translate whatever Trey says, and Kevin will translate whatever Carl says, as we listen to the Swedish version of The Purge.
Oh, humta hernde fernde.
I'm not sure what's going over there, but I think it's time to kill somebody.
Bjork, 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 Bjork.
Yup, you're right. Let's do this.
Here, chick, chick, chick.
The one thing I always like to do before I kill people is a bunch of jumping jacks.
Bjork, 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 meatball.
Me too, meatballs.
Ja, uns wunderhinterhoda.
I think we'll have to get down on the ground and crawl so they don't see us.
Bjork, 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 Bjork.
We might have to get a little bit lower. I think they can still see us.
Oh, oina honda fernda. Oh, I see ya hana.
Oh, I believe that there's a group of ducks over there.
Quack, 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 quack.
Bjork, 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 meatball.
They might be easier to kill, meatball.
Kommen Sie. Das ist not Swedish.
I think they're German ducks.
Ja.
Bjork.
Well, if they're German ducks, then we should sing the national anthem of Germany, which you know we always do standing on one leg.
Oh. Da.
Da 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 da
Yay, German ducks!
Oh. Oh, hump the herndy ferny.
That really wears me out. I think we should maybe get a drink.
Bjork, Bjork, meatball.
It is 3:02 in my time. That's time for a drink, meatball.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our film!
Yeah.
That's the Swedish movie you've ever seen improv all at one time, right? like the section in German? We covered this. We went through weeks of language training. They're skilled in Korean, Japanese, Klingon. No such thing.
It all goes out the window.
Exactly. Well, you know the reason that they didn't succeed in getting the Swedish right on is because I'm the world's cheapest producer. Okay? Yeah, sure. Oh, this may look fancy, right? But in fact, I'm like such a cheapskate. And these guys are not comedians, despite what you may think. They're just regular actors. That's where I found them. So if you have an interest in becoming an improv comedian and just coming up and doing that, please see me after the show, and I'll be happy to give you my card because actors can be comedians. But I really love torturing actors because I'm a producer, and that's so much fun for me, right? Directors love torturing actors, right? Come on, how many directors? Yeah, you enjoy it? Okay, so what we're going to do... Yeah. What we're going to do now is we're going to play a game called Actor's Nightmare. That's right, I'll do it with myself and Carl. Carl, would you come on up here? I asked him to bring a script, and that way we could perform a play for you. Carl, what did you bring?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Let's see. And I don't have that one. So I'll be using the Crucible, so it'd be perfect, right? No problem. Now, that means that Carl and I, of course, are stuck, just like actors, you know. We're stuck saying whatever's in these books. We can't say anything else except what's in here. And I've got two other players who are going to be joining me, and they can say anything that they want. And that would be Matt and Laura. I have to remember to print that bigger because my eyes aren't as young as they used to be. Now, y'all can say anything you want, of course, and we're completely contained to what's within these books. Now, so let me ask, Matt, why don't you and I start off stage, and we'll give Laura and Carl the stage, and let's get an activity for them to be doing. What would you like for them to be doing while he reads from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and she says any bloody thing she likes?
Watering plants.
Watering plants?
Sure.
Outstanding. Watering plants. Something simple. I like it.
Oh, my begonias have never looked more beautiful.
She's groggy, Mac.
Really? You can tell that just by looking at her?
All you need is a knockout punch.
But those are my begonias, and I've got to give them a little drink of water. Excuse me, would you mind to pump some water into this for me? Harder, faster. Okay, never mind.
For therapeutic reasons.
Oh yeah, water for therapeutic reasons.
Therapeutic is all hell.
You know, this farm's a continent when you go foot by foot by foot, dropping seeds in it.
What kind of plants are we watering here? What were those seeds you were putting down?
I'll think on it.
Lady, we think you are full of bull.
I never consorted with the devil. I ain't got no puppets, honest, mister.
Here we go.
I just don't know how we're going to handle this situation. My flowers are starting to dry up here.
Perhaps if we call the magistrate. Magistrate!
Is he a watering can? Can he help me?
Mr. Hale?
One question. What's the THC content of all these plants?
We're supposed to talk about the green light effect.
Please,
My bad.
please don't lean on the glass. It makes finger marks.
That's what they say at all the head shops. I mean, okay. They're starting to really come up. Daggone, these things are getting to be 6 feet tall.
Now behave yourselves, boys.
It will keep if it's where to be kept, but Mary Warren swears she saw none in my house.
Oh, no? I say we take it to your house, we'll roll it up, and we'll see how long it takes us to get rid of this stuff.
What say you?
I'm totally enamored with that.
Oh, let's go.
Wire, briar, limber, lock. 3 geese in a flock. One flew east, one flew west, one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
It is, sir. It is, sir.
I think it's been in my stash.
Yeah.
But this child claims that you're not truthful.
Why not?
You tell him.
You will not. You will not. Mr. Hale, be gone, I say.
I guess you're going. I guess I'll take these home with me.
You be safe as long as you keep your temper.
With this, I'll be so mellow it won't matter.
Thank goodness that's over. Oh my God. Okay, now you can do a lot of these games at home, right? You know. Hello, yay, so much. I'm so happy to see so many people. Okay, the next game we have is what we call a challenge game. And I would ordinarily not assign this to someone who's a rookie. So rookie, do you mind? You can lose the rookie jersey and put on your regular jersey now. Welcome to the But it wouldn't be much fun if we didn't haze her, right? You know? I mean, we have to torture the rookie just a little bit. Absolutely. So we're going to play a game. It's as simple as it can be. I've got Michaela and I've got Kevin coming up. They're going to play a game called Letter Swap. Probably going at home if you think you're not having enough fun. So what's going to happen is we're going to give them one random consonant that they can't use, and we'll give them a consonant in exchange for that consonant that they would otherwise use. So say, for example, we tell them they can't use the letter C, but we're going to let them use the letter R instead. Don't use vowels, please. No vowels. Okay, that's not fair. Okay, so Ms. Michaela, come on.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
What consonant can she not use?
F.
F? She cannot use the consonant F. And what consonant should we replace that with?
D.
Z. Z. So you have no F's, you have Z's.
Great.
Kevin, feeling good, right?
Feeling great.
What consonant should we give him?
G.
G. And what consonant will we replace it with?
M.
M. G and M.
Can't say G, have to say M.
And you?
I can't say F, have to say Z.
Excellent.
Got it.
That being done, let's give them a relationship. Some kind of relationship that they might be exploring as they're going along. Boss, Negnig.
Coworkers.
Breaking up.
Breaking up! I like coworkers breaking up, but we'll just go with breaking up.
Well, Kevin, how are you feeling about all this?
Well, Mosh, I really don't know.
Because I'm feeling fine, and that feels really weird.
Really, Merle? I just wanna know.
This is the best decision, me, honestly.
Mine will be a great thing to do.
You didn't tell me about your fiancé.
Well, I met her during guerrilla warfare.
Okay. That hits me in the feels. Give me a moment.
We were mowing through the forest, and I met her, and she was great.
Surreal?
Absolutely. So I'm mowing with her. We're going to Mermany.
It was her cooking. The zood she made, right?
Yes, that and the muspacho.
The homemade French fries?
Yes, they were great.
Well, I guess this is goodbyes forever.
Yes, it is goodbye forever.
I'll always love you.
Oh, don't say that.
You'll always have a special place in my heart, and I feel very strongly about that. But we're better as friends.
I believe you're right. So, Mermany it is.
So again, this is one of those things. Take it home, play with it a little, have some fun when you get home. not as easy as you think it is. But it's so much fun. All right, so now, you've now seen him act. You've now seen us tell jokes. We've got a couple other skills that we have. And one of the things that we have is actually, we sell stuff. All right? Most people don't know that I actually run like a QVC channel, only it's like for bad products, stuff that doesn't exist, like shrimp pants, or, you know, the exploding jock. You know, things that otherwise might not receive primary market focus, shall we say. Okay, but what I don't know is what we're going to try and sell you, because I have 3 teams of highly skilled salespeople. For example, as I look back at myself here, I'm just going to grab this thing so I can actually see it. Me and Laura are going to try and team up. Michaela and Carl are going to team up, and Kevin and Trey are going to team up. And we're going to try and sell you weird products. So, but I need you to tell me what those weird products might be. So again, take 2 things maybe and jam them together.
Armpit hair sweater.
Armpit hair sweater.
Exploding cigarettes.
Hang on, I got to write these things down, remember. Fake cigarettes, was that?
Exploding cigarettes.
Exploding cigarettes.
Aren't those just called firecrackers?
Squid cookies.
Spiked cookies. Oh, I love it.
Squid cookies.
Squid. Oh,
Squid cookies.
I was hoping for spiked cookies.
Why
I
not
want a few of
Spiked
those.
squid cookies.
Yes. Okay, couple more.
Wet shoes.
Wet shoes. Okay. The million advantages there.
Sex therapist cheerleader.
Sex therapist cheerleader.
That's what we're looking for.
Well, okay, you got it. I have a feeling you and I are going to end up with that later.
You bring it up.
Not that I mind. All right, how about snack food? Some kind of snack food. Oh, what do you got, Doc?
CEO car salesman.
CEO what?
Car salesman.
CEO car salesman.
Wooden Twinkies.
Wooden Twinkies?
There you go.
Just like George Washington. I'm not going to steal the joke. Sorry. Scott.
Wheaties rocket fuel.
One more time.
Wheaties rocket fuel.
Wheaties rocket fuel. I like it.
Wet dog perfume?
Wet
Oh,
dog
perfume.
Yeah.
Yes, now we're
Good
talking.
one.
I'll take 2 more.
Glass sandwich.
Glass sandwich. 1 more.
A roach-sized motorbike.
A roach-sized motorbike. All right. That being said, we're going to try and convince you that these products are actually worth having in your home, you know, that you can have. So we're going to start with Kevin and Trey. Kevin and Trey, we've got several choices here for you. We can have the armpit hair sweater, the exploding cigarettes, squid cookies, wet shoes, sex therapist cheerleader, CEO car salesman, wooden Twinkies, Wheaties rocket fuel, wet dog perfume, glass sandwich, or roach-sized motorbike. Oh, not that. Wheaties rocket fuel. Alrighty, Wheaties rocket fuel it is. Take it away.
You know, Kevin, have you seen the news recently? All these CEOs going to space?
I just haven't been watching the news at all, so I don't know much that's been going on. But tell me, what have you been noticing?
Well, I've been noticing that it seems like they've been having a lot of problem with liftoff. And,
Oh, well, I have heard that.
and what do you do when an athlete just isn't quite getting there? You feed them their Wheaties in the horse.
That's right, you do. The Wheaties are champion box.
Exactly. So I think we take that same concept and we apply it to a rocket.
Okay, that's a great idea. I bet we could sell that, and I bet people would buy it.
They absolutely would.
Oh, I can agree. It would give you a great lift in the morning.
You too can look like our spokesmodel. All you have to do is drink several gallons of your Wheaties rocket fuel every morning. Now, there might be some side effects.
There might be a few side effects, I believe. Like, I mean, once you get that sudden splurge, then you have that collapse.
Yeah. Side effects may include falling to earth, exploding on liftoff, or violent seizures. Wheaties rocket fuel. Pre-order yours today.
cuckoos. Go ahead and tell the folks.
Armpit hair sweater.
You know, Michaela, I love to wear sweaters, but I'm just so tired all the time of the synthetic material that they use nowadays to make the sweaters. I wish there was a more natural solution.
I agree. I think there's nothing better than keeping everything natural. And I just heard about this amazing new product. It is a sweater made out of real armpit hair.
Ooh.
Yes, you heard me correctly. You can get them in all different colors. You can use dye on them to make them whatever color you want. And the only real side effect is that they're just a little bit itchy.
Now, can I order like brunette or blonde or yes, redhead?
You can order all of the above.
Oh, like mix and match?
Yeah, and the best part is, it's waterproof. That way, you can wear it all summer, too. You can wear it in the pool when you're swimming.
Ooh.
You can wear it in a torrential downpour. You can wear it when you trip and fall into the river. And it'll stay dry.
Now, is it deodorant resistant or?
They all smell great.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I think you've got me sold.
We should go get some armpit hair sweaters. Armpit hair sweaters. They're waterproof.
And they don't stink.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they were so cruel to our spokesmodel. They're so cruel to our spokesmodel. But that's not what our problem is, Laura. Matt and I have been having problems in our relationship. You know, in the bedroom. He doesn't want to talk about it, but I just wish there was a way that we could try something new.
Well, I have a really good friend who has gone to much educational expense to become a certified sex therapist cheerleader.
That's amazing!
Yes!
That's amazing!
And she's just happened to teach me a few of her cheers.
Okay, honey, I'm ready. Are you?
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
All right. Standard cheer position.
Okay, well, basically what you all need to do is get into some kind of, thingy.
Oh, I believe we've been getting into some kind of thingy. That's kind of how we got into this in the first place. It's been a little too much of the same thingy.
Now, would you just indulge me? Would you mind just sit like down on the floor and all fours?
On fours.
Yeah, all fours.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Now, like, okay. What I'd like you to do is try to like bring your shoulders together and kind of rub them together.
Okay. Oh.
Rub your shoulders.
Oh,
Rub
this-
your shoulders.
Oh.
Here we go. It's going over. Yes, we are. And now
Oh.
we go.
Oh.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
Okay, a little lower. A little lower. Deeper. Okay, now finish off with a big, yay! Okay, so, okay, so basically I can come to your house and do this for you. If you just let me in the door, I'll be more than happy to snoop around till I find your bedroom, the kitchen, the refrigerator, and your
Toys?
green supply.
Laura, she's the best cheerleader sex therapist. Okay, gentlemen, round two. Shall we again? We've still got wooden Twinkies. We've still got wet dog perfume, glass sandwich, roach-sized motorbike, exploding cigarettes, squid cookies, wet shoes. But I'm afraid armpit hair sweater is off the market. What'd you like, boys? Let's do wet dog perfume. Wet dog perfume.
You know, it just seems like any more that I go out and I buy stuff and for cologne and stuff, it just all smells the same.
Yeah, it all just smells like chemicals.
Yep, just chemicals. I don't know what to do.
Have you tried Wet Dog?
Wet dog.
Yeah, Wet Dog. It's the new perfume from Dracar Noir. Wet Dog.
What are the benefits of that?
Well, you'll smell exactly like a wet dog.
Oh, that sounds great. And it'd be all natural, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I mean, wet dog always brings everybody.
Look, chicks dig dogs.
They do.
Chicks dig going to the beach. At the beach, you get wet.
And they like walking in the rain.
Yeah.
But that is a great idea. Everybody should try out that wet dog perfume.
Exactly.
Their wet dog brings the boys to the yard, they teach you, and they're gonna charge. All right, my next duo. What'd y'all choose?
Wooden Twinkies.
Oh, Carl, you should try these. They're so good. I just started a diet. They're wooden Twinkies.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a thing.
They make you actually lose weight by eating them.
Wait, oh, my cavity filling. Oh, but man, they're good.
They're hard to chew, right? The workout that your jaw gets by eating a wooden Twinkie helps you lose so much weight. It's awesome. And they're not just for eating, too.
And
They've got lots of uses.
The filling is still the same as a real Twinkie.
Exactly. You can use these for all sorts of things. You can use them as dog toys. And we can have our spokesperson show us how you use it on the football field. If you need an extra football, you can use a wooden Twinkie.
Don't call it.
It goes twice as far as a regular football.
Mommy, I'm hungry. I want something wooden.
Here, honey, try a wooden Twinkie.
Just like the beavers have.
Perfect
Go on,
for
gnaw on
teething
that,
children.
Junior. Go gnaw on that, yes.
Perfect for teething children.
And I can see, too, that I only need one, really, because after that, I don't feel full anymore. I don't feel hungry anymore.
Exactly. And guess what? They come in a box of 10,000, so you will never need to buy more again.
That's wooden.
Wooden Twinkies.
Woo! Yeah!
Oh, hey, Laura.
Scott, what are you doing?
Man, I don't know. The stress has got me. My doctor says I need to quit smoking, but, you know, I just can't help myself, you know.
Yeah?
It's like a change. Oh, God, the sweet
Scott,
nicotine.
You gotta quit that chain smoking. It's gonna kill you. I'm telling you.
I'm fine!
No, I've heard of this new product.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good, and it's guaranteed to make you quit.
Okay, I'd love to try anything.
Yeah? You don't mind losing your lips over this, right?
Oh, what?
So, we have this, we have this special blend of new cigarettes. Now, no, smell too close because the gunpowder, I mean, they have a very unique smell to them.
Oh, they smell Turkish. Here, can...
Yeah, Turkish, oh, sure, but don't let that fuse!
Oh! Wow! It's like there's a party in my lungs full of gunpowder and nobody's invited. Ah!
Exploding cigarettes, they're not for the average smoker.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to run up to the end of our first half. We're going to give you just a little bit extra because we're running just a little faster than I thought we were. You guys are great. So I'm going to do something that we do all the time, something we call the joke about. Remember how we had that list of stuff before? Give me a whole new list. And this time I want you to be a little more creative than cars and ding-dongs and stuff. So we'll tell you the joke about anything. Anything at all. Silence. We'll tell you the joke about silence.
Mother-in-law.
Okay.
Out of tune guitars.
Popcorn, mother-in-law, out-of-tune guitars.
Burn blubber.
Spurned lovers.
Foreplay broccoli.
I gotta ask for that again. Foreplay broccoli?
Yeah.
Okay.
Killer whale.
Man, dude, I want to party with you.
I'm gonna I was gonna say I'm gonna really disappoint my Google search later by looking that up after the show.
I know. digging it. But it's probably going to be where I'll end up looking down and it'll be like, okay, let me tell you a joke about foreplay with broccoli. Couple more.
Killer whale.
Killer whales.
COVID.
COVID. Oh. Gonna skip that suggestion because I don't think it's really funny. There's a lot of dead people. Sorry about that. So,
Bad
moving on,
GPS.
but God, please, speed them all, take them all home. One more suggestion?
Bad GPS.
UPS?
Bad GPS.
Bad GPS. And I don't want to.
Local
Dead Kennedy.
player.
Kennedy. The band. All right, that's good enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take this corner over here. Let's start with a joke about silence.
Did you hear the joke about silence?
No.
No.
Did you hear the joke about silence?
No.
Neither did I.
Did you hear the joke about silence?
No.
It's golden. Please turn off your phones and recording devices.
No, you go ahead.
I'll do it then. Did you hear the joke about silence?
No.
If you got kids, you never will.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Did you hear the joke about silence?
No.
There was the sound of
All right, enough jokes about. Oh, you got one more? Go.
Did you hear the joke about silence?
No.
It was also deadly.
Oh! That's what she's one of the smart ones. All right, popcorn. Did you hear? Go.
Did you hear the joke about popcorn?
No.
I can tell it in a jiffy.
Did you hear the joke about popcorn?
No.
It's told to me by a colonel.
Did you hear the joke about popcorn?
No.
It's a real Redenbacher.
Oh!
Hear the joke about popcorn?
No.
Well, I'll have to butter you up first.
Did you hear the joke about popcorn?
No.
The punchline is really corny.
No.
Hear the joke about the popcorn? It's a jolly good time.
Mother-in-law.
Oh.
Did you hear the joke about the mother-in-law?
No.
It's not funny.
Hear the joke about the mother-in-law?
Nope.
Well, it's a long joke. It'll be here all week.
How invested we just stopped that one right there. But in that same vein, how about foreplay? Let's hear the joke about foreplay.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Horny grandmothers? What?
Yeah. Did you hear the joke about foreplay?
No.
It'll really grab you.
Did you hear the joke about foreplay?
No.
If your mother-in-law is visiting, you'll have to skip it and be quick.
That is the joke about, ladies and gentlemen, and that's the first half of our show. We're going to take about 15 minutes to de-sweatify, get a little bit of water inside of us. So if you all would take a few minutes and enjoy something maybe from the refreshment stand and join us back here in about 15 minutes, we will entertain you with another half of Zany.
I'm glad you picked
Feel free to fill that tip jar if you think about it.
that and nothing else.
Kill the app. How do I show this?
That's correct. just went down on me.
The seatbelts did.
They caught me off guard.
beverage, Tyler?
I did not, but that's okay. I can get it later. If we're going to be filming where I want to have it. So Steve, I need to go back up there and get off the bridge.
Yeah. Wisconsin for a week. My aunt's birthday. Oh my God. You all try to surprise me.
No. I think
Well, Steve, one day it'll be your 100th birthday.
No doubt. No doubt.
They have a question in the session.
Oh Lord.
Won't you buy me?
Yeah.
I'm so biased, you guys. Like, I thought about it the other day, and I was, except for when I came up to Frostburg for Scott's funeral, or not Scott's funeral, Jesus Christ, God, no, never. Don't even put that juju anywhere. When I came up for Greg's funeral, I realized that I hadn't seen like Scott since the day we moved. I realized I hadn't seen you guys, and like I had a nervous breakdown in my room because I was just like, I want my friends back.
Yeah, it's like I definitely know how you feel because like we moved. Finally moved to Winchester, and
Yeah.
like okay, I'm like 45 minutes away from you.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
You missed it. We actually before we all got back, we had like a social distance job. We walked to like picnic events. And like we drove to a park, we threw one in there.
That's awesome.
Like we picked up like slugs, threw it to us.
Nice.
And then we sat there and we were like,
That's cool.
and honestly like
Like,
that's like
am I wrong?
we were like, oh, we're like,
If you ever want lessons,
faces, we were like, oh,
I'm the guy.
I haven't talked to you. That's right. My friend, did I talk to you?
No, not
Wouldn't be able to get in my house. Like exactly establishing that, but I definitely feel like there's just a general like what is it, redshift when things like I pursue a product.
Yeah.
Kind of like honestly, that's very much like what's happening. It's like we don't have as much of those like
Wow.
like this, I guess like cohesion, establishing like group, like time trip,
Yeah.
or like road trips, or going, stuff like that. And because we haven't had any of that, it's been all like online gaming. It's the most valuable by the activity that ever like do with that.
No, I get it. Well, it's just like when we went to State College, it was literally, I got my job, I worked for about 2 months, and then COVID, and I was like, we're in a new place, we know no man. And I don't work in a big office where I meet people, I work at a desk by myself. And it's like,
Tomorrow, all I have to do is get ready for school.
and the culture shock, I don't know how it is in like Winchester, but like when we first got there, I was like, why is everybody so
Today was great.
why is everybody so mad?
Because like we had the reverse
Well, I've got a lot.
Oh, and
Oh, look, there's an audience out here. Hey, audience. Hello. Welcome back to the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, guys. I'm going to just kind of prattle for a moment in case you folks are still out of the refreshment stand. And of course, we'll tell you about what's going to happen in the second half. You know what's going to happen in the second half? More what you saw in the first half. Yay! But what we're going to do now is we're going to change it up. Now, we've been doing pun games where we take things and stuff like that. But this time we're going to change it up. We're going to add a little formula. And the joke goes something like this, okay? 185 blanks walk into a bar. And the bartender said, I'm sorry, we don't serve blanks here. And then the blanks respond with an hysterical punchline. Now, you'd think that sounds really easy, but you're going to make it hard by giving me a list of weird stuff that might walk into a bar. Things, animals, stuff from your home, people from the past, I don't care. You just tell me what walks into that bar and we'll make jokes about it.
Worms.
Worms? Don't everybody shout at once because I can only hear once. Sarah, what did you say?
Rockettes.
Rockettes.
Llamas.
Llamas.
Symphony conductors.
Symphony conductors.
Librarians.
Paper clips.
Paper clips.
Chupacabras.
Backwoods serial killer.
Local. I'm still stuck on chupacabras here. I think the spelling is killing me. Chupacabra. How's the name? Major, not Spanish major.
Backwoods
Backwoods serial killer.
Mothers-in-law.
Mothers-in-law. Man, someone doesn't like their mother-in-law. Or they love their mother-in-law. Okay, all right, that's fair. All right, couple more. Local playwright. Never make fun of local playwrights. Did you say the British? I said cripples. No. Just no. I heard the British. We're going with the British. I mean, if you want to make the equation cripples to British, I'm okay with that. But that's on you. One more.
Comedians.
One more.
Comedians.
The comedians. Okay. All right. All right, game is 185, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ourselves up on our hunters. Who's had all these five rubber baits? They've had a few minutes to get themselves back into shape, so you're going to need to ready to begin? Let's start with worms.
185 worms walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve worms here." So they just wiggled their way on out.
185 worms walk into the bar. The bartender says, "Hey, I'm sorry, we don't serve worms here." And the worms say, "Oh, I guess we'll have to just go on to the next segment."
185 worms walk into the bar. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve worms here." The worms say, "Oh, so that's your hook."
185 worms walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve worms here." And the worms say, "Well, that's up for debate."
All right, let's see if I can pull this off. 185 worms walk into the bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve worms here." And the worms say, "You know, we're a little disappointed. We were hoping for some psychological help and fruit. I needed an apple-id."
185 worms walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve worms here." And the worms say, "Don't worry, we're just one half of the tequila ship."
185 worms walk into a bar. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve worms here." And the worm said, "Well, now we're feeling even more squirmy."
185 pinworms walk into the bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve pinworms here." And the pinworms say, "Well, that just scrambled your butt next yesterday."
Llamas. We'll stay in the animal kingdom. Llamas.
185 llamas walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve llamas here." The llamas say, "Well, I'll pack up my stuff and leave then."
Very good. 185 llamas walk into the bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve llamas here." The llamas say, "Well, spit."
185 llamas walk into the bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve llamas here." And the llamas say, "But we came in for a bowl of chile."
185 llamas walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve llamas here." And the llamas say, "Will you make an exception?"
185 llamas walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve llamas here." The llamas said, "Well, this creates a big hump."
Well, speaking of humping, librarians. Oh, wait, did I just say that out loud? Yeah, we'll do librarians anyway.
185 librarians walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve librarians." And the librarians just booked it.
185 librarians walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve librarians here." They said, "That's all right. We're just here to see Dewey."
185 librarians walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve librarians here." And the librarians say, "That's fine, we'll just check out."
185 librarians walk into the bar. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve librarians here." The librarian said, "Well, that's fine."
Yeah.
"No, really, that's a fine."
185 librarians run into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve librarians here." And the librarians say, "But my wife's having a baby. She needs the C-section."
185 librarians walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve librarians here." The librarians say, "Shh."
chupacabra walk into the bar and the bartender says, I don't believe it.
185 chupacabras walk into a bar and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve chupacabras here. And the chupacabras say, ¿Por qué?
185 walk into the bar. Bartender says we don't serve chupacabras here, and the chupacabra.
This isn't
Say, I was never here. All that.
185 chupacabras walk into a bar and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve chupacabras here. And chupacabras say, well, that just gets my goat.
You guys have had it easy up till now. We stayed in the animal kingdom. Now we're going to stay in the animal kingdom. Symphony conductors.
185 symphony conductors walk into the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve symphony conductors here. And the symphony conductor they look at him and they say, well, we'll be right back.
185 symphony conductors walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve symphony conductors here. The symphony conductor says, well, that really strikes a bad chord.
Yes. 185 symphony conductors walk into a bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve symphony conductors here. Symphony conductors say, so that's your stick?
185 symphony conductors walk into a bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve symphony conductors here. The symphony conductors say, well, we only wanted a Beethoven's Fifth.
185 symphony conductors walk into the bar and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve symphony conductors here. The symphony conductors say, that's okay, there's bad weather coming. Baton down the hatches.
185 symphony conductors walk into a bar and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve symphony conductors here. And the symphony conductor says,
185 symphony conductors walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve symphony conductors here. And the symphony conductor said, that's okay, we're just warming up.
185 symphony conductors walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve symphony conductors here. The symphony conductors say, we're not minors.
The British. The British.
185 British walk into a bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve British here. The British say, we just wanted a cup of tea.
185 British walk into a bar. The first thing they say is, this is a fucking pub.
185 British walk into the bar. The bartender says, sorry, we don't serve British here. And the British say, well, that's a lot of bangers and mash.
185 British gents walk into the bar and the bartender says, I'm sorry, but we don't serve you blokes here. And the British gents look at him and say, well, you need the Lord is over us. Lord is over us!
Yeah. That's good. Comedians. Comedians.
185 comedians walk into a bar and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve comedians here. And the comedians say, that's fine, you can speak to my manager.
185 comedians walk into the bar and the bartender says, oh crap, we're not making any money tonight. You would not believe how many times we have walked into a bar and the bartender has said, hey, no. Okay, all right. Now, as I said, these guys are actors mostly, but they've done a pretty creditable job as comedians tonight, right? You know, they've laughed a couple of times, you know. But right now, what we're going to ask them to do is we're going to ask them to do the one thing that actors love to do. They love to emote. That's right. We're going to put them through a series of emotions randomly that they're going to have to portray for you whenever I feel like that they need to. So let me get a list of emotions from you, just random emotions.
Jealousy.
Jealousy is a great one.
Terror.
Hatred.
Hatred.
Intoxication.
Intoxication.
I heard terror.
I'm going to write drunk because it's easier. I heard terror.
Depression.
Depression. Wow, what a fun crowd this is.
Lust.
Lust.
Elation. Euphoria.
Elation, euphoria.
Impatience.
And you know, you guys are also so great about taking like direction. You guys actually give me what I want. You guys are the best improv crowd ever. Now, give me some things that aren't emotions, might be like purple. 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 I'm gonna draw hair on you, okay?
Sienna.
Athletics.
Athletics. Okay.
Starfish.
Starfish. One more oddball.
Traffic lights.
Old men.
Hey. SpongeBob.
Hey, come on, that's like half our audience here. Most of our performers too. Come on. SpongeBob. All right, that's a decent one. All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get a relationship. I'll have three people that come up here. In this case, I've got Kevin, and I've got Laura, and I've got Michaela. So it kind of suggests a relationship right away, doesn't it? You know, but let's assume that that's not the relationship that we're actually seeing up here. So give me a kind of thing or a problem they might be working out, relationship they might have.
Kids adopted.
Kids adopted. You got it. All right. The kids adopted. And at some point during this thing, I will be yelling freeze and then assigning to whoever it is that's speaking an entirely new emotion that they're going to continue the scene in. So until such time as really I get bored with it or it's funny. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here's the game we call Emotorama.
Laura, I know that you really wanted a child, but really, this one is just out of control.
I don't understand. I mean, really, we've talked about this fertility thing for quite a while now.
I know, but and then we went to the adoption service, and that's what we got.
Kevin, freeze, impatient.
And I don't know what to do. I'm just ready to send her back.
No, I want to keep her. I kind of like her. She's kind of got that puppy dog
Now,
thing going on.
Puppy dog.
Yeah, look, she's got even like
She pees on the carpet just like a puppy dog.
Yeah, she's gonna be house trained eventually.
Freeze, Laura. Jealousy.
But if you really care about her that much, if you really feel that way, well, I'm just so jealous.
Guys, I'm standing right here.
Yes, but you and your little puppy dog thing going on over there, peeing on the carpet, you think that's so cute. Well, I don't think it's cute at all.
I mean, where am I supposed to pee?
Freeze. Michaela, drunk.
Where am I supposed to pee, guys?
See, that's the problem. She's always in your wine.
Yes, well, I can't help it. She drinks like a fish. I knew that when we brought her home.
I only had like 2 today, guys.
Yeah.
Cases!
They were the 32-ounce tumblers.
Freeze! Kevin, terror.
Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We have a child that's only 4 years old and she's drinking. They're going to put us away.
They're gonna put you away. You're supposed to be the father guardian person.
Oh my gosh, what are we going to do?
Freeze! Laura, depression.
I don't think I can stand it another minute.
Oh, come on, Mom. It's all good. No. You love me.
Oh, it's just out of hand. Out of hand. Oh.
Dad, come here.
What?
Freeze! All three of you, athletic.
We can work this out.
Okay,
guys.
we can do it.
We got this.
We can do it.
All right, so we're going to start the first play.
All right.
Is that we're going to go to family therapy.
Family therapy, over there. Okay, family therapy.
And then
Let's
the
go.
therapist is going to help us out. And then we'll score a touchdown! Yeah!
Freeze! Michaela, lust.
We're going to score a touchdown! Isn't that great?
You're a little young to be such a feeling.
She's nothing but a hussy.
Well, that takes care of old man.
No wonder I'm depressed. Rockers on that one.
Everybody freeze! SpongeBob, take it home! Yeah, and we sit around and think of, this would be a good game to play, right? What if we just like randomly assign emotions to people? That sounds great. So we had the drunk horny kid. Yay! All right.
No other show. Let me tell you that, folks. No other show do you get that kind of entertainment. All right, here's where I get to do a little bit of work. One of my favorite things to do is write. I'm actually a writer. Most people don't know. Gentlemen, excuse me. I'm going to get over here to my work table. Yep. And I'm going to write a novel right for you guys right here, right now. We're in a game we call Typewriter. So I've got 3 characters. Now, of course, because we're going to need a hero, a heroine, and a villain. So I've got 3 characters. I've got Matt, Carl, and Michaela. Give them a hand. Okay. And we'll use Carl and Michaela as our hero and heroine, and we'll let Matt be our bad guy. But I'm going to need a title for our book, please. Any random title will do.
Foreplay broccoli.
Foreplay broccoli. That's got to work somewhere, brother. We're going with foreplay broccoli as the title. All right. So now here's the thing. As I type it, these guys are going to act out whatever it is that I decide to type out in my book. So Matt, why don't we begin with you kind of off the stage, and we'll have our hero and heroine on stage now. All right. A long time ago, in a land far away, a couple hugged. Carl and Michaela they were. One foot came off the ground as each of them hugged. Then they looked back down. Then they stared and looked at each other. Michaela slapped Carl, for she knew that he had been unfaithful. She accused him.
You were unfaithful!
Carl defended himself. With words, Carl! With words, Carl!
Oh, never, dear, never.
I know you're lying to me.
Said Michaela, but she said it with a French accent.
I know you are lying to me.
Much better. Carl, hearing the French accent, became amazed and confessed his sin.
Oh, my dear, you are right. Yes, I have been unfaithful with the woman next door.
No, that's not his sin. Hang on, let me back up here a little bit. He has been unfaithful with the friend next door.
I've been unfaithful with our friend next door.
This I know.
Said Michaela. And Michaela gave the signal. She rang the bell. And in came the friend from next door. Michaela said, "Hello, Gaston."
Hello, Gaston.
Despite the fact that his name was Matt. And Matt responded with a flowery song.
Song. Do I look like I'm going to clean your table?
And the couple danced. They danced the dance that you never see, the dance that brings on thoughts of happiness, the dance of the Moroccan death, the dance of Hawaii. And Matt laughed and laughed. Then they stopped dancing, for they realized that they had a problem. And they both took Matt's hands and gazed deeply into his eyes. And asked the question that they had been longing to ask.
Will you marry us?
And cook our broccoli.
That you use for foreplay?
Man, this book practically writes itself. Doesn't it? It's great. I'm loving it. To which Matt took offense. He raised his hand to his head and took away from them. "Oh my," said he. For he had had a bad experience with broccoli, which he related.
Do you know how much that stuff cramps me up? I'm a cauliflower man.
And Michaela and Carl gazed at each other and thought deep and hard, thinking, singing, chanting, broccoli, cauliflower.
Broccoli or cauliflower?
Cauliflower, broccoli, cauliflower, broccoli.
And in the end, they decided they could be harmonious with the man who only ate cauliflower. And thus the menage a trois was invented. That's the game of Typewriter. Bravo, bravo.
Yes.
Best broccoli book ever written, let me tell you.
You're doing good, boy.
Thank you. You gotta have a plot, right? Relatable characters, you know. The song was what moved me. It always does. I'll never. Hey, there's that pen I was looking for earlier. It's right here all along. That's great. Okay, but that doesn't mean a thing because a lot of you are just about old enough to remember the thesis of our next game. It's love. After all, happiness is about love. Love brings laughter. Love is about what we're about. So we're going to play the dating game. Hey! Who's my lovely bachelorette? I believe it's Miss Laura. Miss Laura. Hello, hello. Let's get you over here on this corner of the stage. I'll be the hostess with the mostest, Miss Laura. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
I understand that you've been looking for a love interest.
Yes, actually. I want somebody that can complement my hobbies and activities. You know, I do some deep water diving for pearls naked at night. And my real passion is earwax sculptures.
Ooh, it's a veritable Louvre in there, people. Anyway, that being said, let me take a moment and introduce our bachelors. Over here, of course, we've got bachelor number 1.
Arg. I'm Admiral Scrotum. I am Admiral of the 3 Seas.
What C's are those? Oh.
Well, I can only do 3 because Mother wants me home by 9.
Exactly. He's on a very restrictive relationship, but he is available, if you can believe that. And of course, we have bachelor number 2 here. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Hello, I'm Boris.
Yes. Such a talker.
A man of so many words.
Yep. Man can kill a conversation quicker than you think. Hi, Boris. Anything else you'd care to share?
I killed many Nazis.
Nazi killer Boris, or pirate guy who can't come out after 9. Let's meet bachelor number 3.
Yes, hello. My name is Igor.
The man in the medical profession, I see. So, well, I understand that you wanted to take a moment and get to know them individually. So this is the part of the show where you get to ask them your questions, and then later I'll ask one question of all 3 that might help you make your mind up. So please go ahead.
Well, Mr. Pirates are, you know, I really enjoy deep water diving for oysters, and a really good date would include that. Could you please explain where you would take me and what we would do on our romantic date that we're going on?
Arg. We would go out and we would jump off the boat, and I know a wonderful place on an island where the oysters, they are under the water. We would swim naked through the water and we would collect the oysters. Arg, but I gotta be home by 9.
Okay.
Right, I know. Well, I was thinking the air oysters, but you know, hey, that's okay too. Oh God, I'm almost afraid to come to bachelor number 2, but have at him, so yeah.
You know, bachelor number 2, one of my deep passions is doing earwax sculptures, and I was just wondering if you would be willing to participate in that activity with me. If we included that on our date, what else could we do, and where would we go, and what would we eat?
We would make earwax sculpture of Lenin, put on front of T-34, and liberate Stalingrad. Then we would eat borscht.
Oh, sounds like a wonderful date to me.
Well, so far it's the only one that's included a meal. So, you know, we're okay
Yes,
there.
would we eat or be eaten is what I'm asking you. All right.
Bachelor number 3 is all the
Bachelor number 3. You know, I've been looking for love in all the wrong places. And so I was wondering, if we were to eventually get married, where would we live? And what would we do for a living?
Oh, yes, master. We would live in a Gothic old castle.
Oh,
yes. With a cemetery right next door. Yes, and I have much scientific equipment that we could use.
What about
Take-
those body parts that you keep stashed under the table?
Well, I have a very large ear collection that we could gather lots of earwax from.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
No, before you make your decision, I know that I mean, he does. He's got the whole package. He's got real estate. He's got body parts. He's got earwax
And
for
the
you.
castle's by the sea.
But I think that in order to make sure that we've got the right selection for you, I, as the host, would have to ask the one question I think that's on everybody's mind, right? I mean, let's go ahead. There are certain words that are inspiring, that have led us all in our lives to achieve what we've done. Would you care, each and every one of you, to share the short quotation maybe that's meaningful to you?
Arg, I can do that. A bottle of rum will do you good. That's my quotation. Because it's all about rum. Arg.
And a fun Saturday night, apparently. So,
but I gotta be home by 9.
Once again, I'm almost afraid to do this, but Boris, what's inspired you?
The proletariat must be free.
Just like my mother used to sing. Yes, absolutely. Proletariat must be free. Igor, chance to save it.
All I can say is, it's alive! It's alive!
I think we know the audience favorite. Miss Laura, the choice is yours, though. Will it be Bachelor number 1, Bachelor number 2, or Bachelor number 3?
Oh, it's such a hard choice. I like rum. And I like borscht. And I really like castles by the sea.
Yes.
But I can't make a decision. I need to poll the audience.
Absolutely. So let's hear it from you. Should you go with Bachelor number 1? Let me hear it in applause. Oh, I'm afraid that's Liv. How about Bachelor number 2? How about Boris the Nazi killer? Yeah, nobody likes Boris. And Bachelor number 3.
It's alive! I can't wait to see what he's talking about.
Let me show you my dead body collection.
As your first place prize, you will receive a 1-weekend trip to Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks so much for playing. And you coming in second place, you receive a 2-week trip to Cleveland, Ohio. And of course, you being in third place, you receive a lifetime in Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks for playing your dating game. Oh, all right. Now we get to the part of the show that I promised that they actually love and hate at the same time, where I make them sing. But we don't just do any old kind of singing. No. We improv sing. So what I'm going to need is a list of things to sing about, but don't start yet. Don't start. Because we're not just going to sing about it. We're going to sing about it in either musical styles or like particular artists that you may know and love. So now, that being said, give me a list of things to sing about.
Melted chocolate.
Melted chocolate.
You.
Mozzarella sticks.
Someone's hungry. Which are also on sale out in the lobby, please.
Heisenberg's uncertainty principle.
Heisenberg's uncertainty. Hang on a second, I was going to say.
Thanks, Doc.
That's a guy who's a PhD, by the way. Uncertainty, principle. Okay, what else?
Room buzz.
Room buzz. Oh, there we go. I love room buzz. Couple more. Lawnmowers. I heard Doc Martens. Was that one?
Stock.
Okay. Stock market. Okay, stock market. 2 more.
Rotten bananas.
Rotten bananas. And the last one.
Dryer lint.
Dryer lint.
Dryer lint.
Belly button lint.
I gotta say, this is the first time I think I've ever been into an improv show where I didn't hear the word dildo get shouted out in the first 5 seconds. So it's like, I'm so grateful and thank you. All right, dryer lint. I have my list now. Now I need a list of either artists or musical styles.
Richard Simmons.
Oh.
That's not really an artist or musical musician.
Nirvana.
Nirvana, there you go.
Beatles.
The Beatles.
Eagles.
Hamster dance.
I heard Eagles. Eagles.
Little Richard.
Little Richard.
Joni Mitchell.
Scott Nelson.
Joni Mitchell. Scott Nelson.
Mozart.
Mozart. Thank you. Somebody threw in some classical music. Mozart. Bach. Okay, a couple more. Queen. Yeah. Anybody any country fans?
Ozzy.
Ozzy. I'll take
Oh,
Ozzy.
oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I missed all that.
Willie
Willie
Nelson.
Nelson.
Yes.
And then 2 more.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Dolly Parton.
What was that last one?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. All right, see, this is where I get to have the most fun. Because I get to tell them what they're going to sing about, and I get to tell them how they're going to sing it. So, we've got the topics of melted chocolate, mozzarella sticks, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, Roombas, lawnmowers, the stock market, rotten bananas, and dryer lint.
And we can do it in any one of the following styles: Nirvana, the Beatles, the Eagles, Little Richard, Joni Mitchell, Mozart, Bach, Queen, Ozzy Osbourne, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, and Dolly Parton. Does anybody feel brave and want to volunteer, or shall I just start by standing the random torture?
I'll give it a shot.
Oh, Michaela's going to be brave. Come on, Michaela, what you got? What do you think?
All right. So I'm going to cheat a little bit, just a little bit.
What are you
I
singing
was
about?
in Ring of Fire recently at the Cumberland Theater, so I'm going to take Johnny Cash, and I'm going to sing about the Roomba. Rugs are a dirty thing when you spill lots of stuff on them. But there's a robot machine that can make all the things amended. I got a Roomba and it cleaned up my rug. It cleaned up the mess in the bedroom and the bathroom. And the stains, they're gone away now, thanks to my Roomba.
So that's obviously how it's done. Now, needless to say, Michaela is the talented singer among us, so that's the best that's going to get. The rest of it's just going to be crap. I just wanted to let you know it's going to be crap from here on out. So, Carl, what are you doing and what are you choosing?
Melted chocolate queen.
Melted chocolate for queen.
All right. Melted chocolate. Melted chocolate. That's all I got.
He did it, right? Now, Kevin, you had said you bragged a little bit. I heard you under your breath saying you were going to do the stock market and the Eagles.
And the Eagles.
Yes, go for it, bro.
I picked up the paper and turned to the stock market. I want to see what's going on. I found my company and it looks so great. I'm gonna be rich at dawn. 'Cause my Dow just hit the ceiling. And the money's gonna be rolling in. Now I gotta get on Amazon and see just what I will spend.
All right, Ms. Lauren, Ray.
Can I also have the stock market?
Yes, you have. Go
All right,
on the
yeah.
stock market song. That's fine.
Ozzy Osbourne about the stock market.
Yeah.
Well, I've listened to brokers. I've listened to fools. I've watched as the market has made its own rules. Bank accounts not healing, driving me insane. I lost all my money on Dogecoin.
You made your selection?
Oh, I'm still thinking.
Oh, okay.
There's just
Matt,
so
have you
much.
made one?
Got
Yeah,
one out.
yeah.
Oh, let Matt go.
Nirvana song about mozzarella sticks. I got mozzarella sticks, gonna take them home. Not my favorite cheese, I prefer provolone. Marinara, marinara. That cheese is hot, burns my mouth now. Need a milkshake, makes me say ow. Marinara, marinara, gotta dip it in marinara.
All right, Ms. Laura. It's you and me. You're braver than I am.
Dolly Parton. Rotten bananas. Stumble out of bed and I hustle to the kitchen. There I start my fussing and my bitching 'cause all them gnats are all over the kitchen. I look for the reason that I just can't find. Gotta be get this mess of mine. Cleaned up and nation all around the world. Where them rotten bananas come along to. Gotta make some banana bread and maybe even two. Even if the dang on kitchen, all them bugs are ripping me itching. Got them rotten bananas, all them blues.
Oh, crap. Mozart, about long If your grass it grow tall, then you want to cut. Get John Deere, then you run, get it on your butt. Cut your grass, cut your grass, cut your grass, cut. Cut it, get to the give it to you. If you don't cut your grass, the landlord will say, get out of my house, get out today. Cut your grass, 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 or kiss your ass. Goodbye. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was so much fun. Ladies and gentlemen, that is also the end of our program. I'm so sorry to say. All right, we'll give you one more. One more. But see, now here's the thing. Remember when I said we didn't want to make fun of old men because we got so many old men in the cast? Well, guess what? Here's where, since we're old, we get to turn into really old, cranky people and tell you what it was like in our day. In my day, we did this and we did that. Well, you pampered sons of guns, you've got it so good. Tell me the stuff that you got in your day that we didn't have in our day, and we'll tell you jokes about it. So things, stuff. iPhones.
Walking.
Walking.
To school.
School.
Covered wagons.
Covered wagon. I heard Tupperware at first, but I like covered wagons too. Mopeds. YouTube.
Color television.
Oh my God. Now wait, see the funny thing is so many of us in here actually didn't have color television. We remember. Yeah, right. Not him of course. A few more. MySpace. I don't even think we still have MySpace anymore, do we?
Hula hoops.
Hula hoops. Three more.
Wheels.
Typewriters.
Microwaves.
All right.
Tasers.
Okay, tasers. I'll keep writing them down, love. You'll keep shouting them out. And that's what we got. All right, you cranky old bastards, get up. Yeah, I know. You worked for all of 90 bloody minutes. Let's see if we can manage this. So, all right, you guys remember the game. It's called In My Day. We need you to tell us about it in your own inimicable style. What was it like before there was school? All right, I can start.
Frankie, we didn't have school, which is not to say we didn't have any class.
Thanks, Pop.
In my day, we didn't have school. My dad said he sent me somewhere to be learnt, not to be smelt. So we didn't have to worry about doing homework. I forgot what I was going to say.
School. You remember, none of y'all went, right?
No.
School? Hey.
Wait, school?
We can go.
Back in my day, we didn't have school. We didn't even have a college to sit on.
Boo that. All right, okay, since y'all don't know anything about school. All right. Covered wagons.
Matey, we didn't have covered wagons. All you could do was smoke a Conestoga.
In my day, we didn't have covered wagons. You couldn't even get pioneer them.
Matey, we didn't have covered wagons. We were too busy dying of dysentery on the Oregon Trail.
My day, we didn't have covered wagons. We hadn't invented insurance yet.
Right? Okay, mopeds. Sticking in the wheeled transportation division.
My day, we didn't have mopeds. We had less pens.
Yeah, I'm the lightning rod of hate, people. Bring it. Mopeds. We wore them out.
My day we didn't have mopeds. That's because we couldn't find balance.
Lady, we didn't have mopeds. We called them no-peds.
My day, we didn't have mopeds because we didn't have wheels yet.
Yes.
Back in our day, we didn't have mopeds. Mo was just a guy who lived down the street.
YouTube.
Back in my day, we didn't have YouTube. We had A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, S, T. We had T-tube. We had T-tube.
Back in my day, we didn't have YouTube. We called it the boob tube.
Yes! And it was better. It had boobies. Boobies. Skinamax.
Hula hoops. Hula hoops.
Go ahead. Back in my day, we didn't have hula hoops. If we wanted to go to Hawaii, it was just the hula. Back in my day, we didn't have hula hoops. When you put a ring around the rosy, she usually died of the pox.
And that's in my day. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to thank you all so very, very much for coming out. To Steve Satimi and the board for having us out here tonight, and each and every one of you for coming. Let me also ask you to give a round for our players, please. Mr. Trey Piper! Ms. Laura Thompson! Mr. Carl Walker! Matt Armandro! No longer the rookie, Mr. Taylor! Kevin Freed! Thank you all so much. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Yeah, we get to do the whole leg doctrine. Ready? And up and down.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Scott. I'm the host here at the
Yep, make some holes.
Right outside that door there's a little jar that says for performers, and it says tips on the side. You guys enjoy yourselves. We are a non-profit theater, but we do try to give them a little bit of gas money when you get home.